There are encouraging signs for women in film. We applaud Jane Campion's historic win for Oscar's Best Director in 2022, where she joined the ranks of Catherine Bigelow and Chloe Zhao to become the third woman to take home the Oscar for Best Director. But sadly and somewhat surprisingly, the percentage of women directing films in 2021 actually declined, which is why it is crucial that female filmmakers continue to be recognized and awarded for their unique voices and perspectives. Women see the world differently than men. How exciting is that? The film industry needs female directors, screenwriters, and producers because the world needs inclusion, diversity, and wide-ranging points of view.
So the nominees for Best Female Filmmaker are Jamie Joseph, Kaimana Tusk, Donna Magnani in SHREDS, Kelsey Fordham in Titled, Alexis Nielsen, A Savannah Haunting, and Jiad Marat, Twisted Vines.
And the winner is Donna Magnani in SHREDS.
This is so beautiful. Good pronunciation.
Oh, I had some help.
Thank you, SDMA. I am humbled. I am really blown away by this. This is truly, I'm stunned. Sorry. Okay. I'm looking up at the beautiful stars. It'll give me hope here. Women have a lot to say sometimes, and sometimes we don't get to say it. In this experience, I didn't go at it with I want my voice heard, but it's sort of by definition, by default, that I was able to tell a sweet story that was loosely based on my life. I lost a wonderful man in the in his jet, in his Air Force jet, his F-16, and I also had this dress that was following me for 40 years. My mother gave me this dress, and I just kept taking it from home to home, an apartment, and this and that, in Europe and Japan, and wherever I would travel, I would take this dress, and I didn't even really wear it. And I joined the 48-Hour Film Festival off the heels of my daughter, who, God bless her, she's in medical school on her 5th day today. Took her 2 tries to get in, and she's in, and she'll be a doctor in 4 years. Thank you. I want to thank her. Her name is Nika, and she said, "Mom, you need to make a film. Just do everything." I said, "I don't know what to do. I've been in front of the camera forever." And she goes, come on, think about that, what you can do if you put your mind to it, and you don't have to know everything, just figure it out along the way. And the 48-hour hit, and I brought some kids in from the university, and we started to write, but nothing was sticking. And I finally just came out of my bedroom, and I said, I have this dress, and I have this story about my ex-fiancé who was killed. Maybe there's something there. And we started to write, and the next morning we shot, and it got sent off to the 48. So we shot in one day. And after the 48-Hour Film Festival, it felt like it had some bones. It felt like it had some legs. So I wanted to give it one more day. And I want to thank Jaime Torres, who is my director of photography. He's an up-and-comer, and let me tell you, he's got some chops. and we work really well together. And I just said, Jaime, come on, let's go. We got to go to this cemetery. Come on, we got to go. We're going over to the airspace thing. And he's like, okay, and come on, I have this thrift shop that they're opening up for me for 8 hours. Let's go, let's go. So we did that in all day for that second day of shooting, and it fleshed it out a little bit more. And I still didn't know if it had cohesiveness. And then my dreamboat songwriter, singer-songwriter, Carmel Helene, got to look her up. She's an amazing, amazing singer-songwriter. She just gave me 2 songs, which doesn't happen, you know that. You have to pay a lot of money for like a few seconds. And she says, take 2 songs and do whatever you want with them. And don't pay me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it just worked, and it glued the movie together. And I'll say this one last thing is, I didn't want it to be about like pomp and circumstance. I didn't want it to be, you know, the colonel died and now let's have this big procession in this fancy cemetery with the, you know, the veteran cemetery. I made a phone call to somebody who had a colonel in their life, a colonel who passed away in the Army, and he said, no, we just did it at a local, you know, Culver City, wherever, cemetery. It was nothing big. Nobody showed up, just our family. And so I liked that idea, and that's why I did that. And I wanted to keep it very down to earth. The pain was real. The pain was real when I experienced it the first time. The pain was real when I did it in the movie, because it brought me back. And it brought me to the women and the men who have loved ones who are overseas, who are trying to come home from Afghanistan and Iraq. And it just takes the rug out from under you. And so we shot that in one take, and I just wanted to leave it alone. I didn't want anything pretty about it. I didn't want to look pretty in it. And so that was special to me. When he said, Donna, do we want to do a really nice, I said, no, I want it all over the place. I want the people to feel like they're sneaking in to that experience and not presented so beautifully, like on stage, you know, when we have a beautiful scene laid out for us. But this means so much to me. You have absolutely no idea. I want to thank Martin Scorsese, because he was my first film director, and I spent 45 days in Africa with him, and I was a kid and knew nothing, and I wrote myself a role in his movie and sent it to him and said, hire me, and he did. And you can do that. You really can. I've done that a couple times. And he flew me over to Africa, and that was it. And I said, what's my role? I wrote it, and he says, what you wrote, let's shoot it. So I just focused on what he was doing. And I didn't know I wanted to be a director. I just wanted to know how he makes his movies look so cool. And he let me sit next to him for 45 days, and I just memorized what he did. And, you know, he probably doesn't even know that he affected me so much. And he cut me out of that movie quite a bit. I have one line left, and he says he owes me. So I'm going to call him up on that and go, look at this, now you owe me. Thank you.